Good afternoon, good evening, good morning, everyone. This is Good Morning Black People with Morgan Rees, and I am your Morgan Rees. Hello, everyone. How are you guys doing today? I have an awesome guest today. His name is Benny Blonkoe Perry. He is Richmond, Virginia's own comedian, actor extraordinaire. We're going to do an amazing interview with him. We're going to find out who he is and what he's about and what he's doing in the city of Richmond and anywhere else that he's been performing. So we're going to join right with him after we have these information.
It's Good Morning Black People with your host, Morgan Rees, author, podcasting host, online personality. Good Morning Black People discussing social views, today's news, and interviews. Subscribe today at YouTube at Good Morning Black People.
Hello, Benny.
Hey, how you doing?
I am good. How are you doing?
Doing all right on this wonderful Wednesday.
Oh, you said the words right out of my mouth. This is definitely a wonderful Wednesday. That's one of my favorite sayings. I would like to say thank you again for joining my show. Again, everyone, this is Morgan Rees, and this is Good Morning Black People with Morgan Rees. And I am your host, Morgan Rees, and I have my amazing guest, Benny Blonkoe Perry, who is also a comedian and an artist out of Richmond, Virginia. So he got a lot of talent, guys. So we're ready to talk to him and see what he got going on. So enough of me talking. Benny, can you tell me all about you? How long have you been in Richmond? Are you from Richmond? And give us a little background on who Benny is.
Not from Richmond. I was born in Washington, D.C. At about 2, my mom moved back to Virginia, where she's originally from, and I pretty much was raised here from 2 on in. So, pretty much 99% Virginia native, and I moved to Richmond about 12, almost 13 years ago. From Emporia, Virginia, which is Greensville County, so I'm down in the bottom of the state. Um, Shout out to Brunswick County as well. That's where my mother is from, so I was raised in both little counties. And then, because of stand-up and my job, I ended up moving to Richmond, and I've been here since. So, and I probably still stay here for a while because Richmond is, looking up. Things are changing, so I'm liking what I'm seeing, so I might not go and try to move to a bigger city. I might just stay where I'm at.
Okay. So you are a comedian and an actor. So where have you performed at as far as an acting side? And then what do you do your comedian stand-ups at? Have you been what part of the venues you've been a part of?
On the acting side, I've done 2 independent feature films. I've done a snippet, which were all on Amazon Prime at one point. One of my movies is on Tubi right now, and I did a Black men's mental health documentary as well, and a few music videos. So the movies was Balling in the Fall of America When Everything Else Fails. That was my first movie. I was a second lead male in that one. Then Deadly Sexy, which was based on a book. And I had a decent role in that, a few scenes. And the Day in the Life of All Power, which was a quarantine day in the life. It was right during the pandemic. A fellow actor friend of mine, Roger Tyler, wanted to shoot something. So it was the life of a superhero who was also affected by, COVID-19. So, I had a little small part of that. And then the documentary I did was Man Listen, which was a documentary focusing on Black men's mental health as far as, depression and turmoil and recovery and things of that nature. And on the stand-up side, I started at the Richmond Funny Bone in 2005. So that's why I started at open mic night. And that's all I did until I moved to Richmond, was just the Funny Bone. Then once I moved here, I found out there was other places to go, speakeasies and hole in the walls and lounges and things of that nature. And I started, hitting a lot of open mics. So now I've performed at Richmond and Virginia Beach Funny Bone Comedy Club, Sandman Comedy Club, Gotham Live in New York, Broadway Comedy Club in New York, and a few other lounges and bars in Florida, and Georgia, and West Virginia, and Chicago, and New York, and I did New Jersey too, so I still got to do something in Philadelphia. So
Yeah.
working in
Yeah.
Pennsylvania.
That's my home. That I was born in Brooklyn and raised in Philly, so I was hoping I was listening from Philly there. So
Yeah,
if I ever come to visit, hopefully I get a chance to see you. Well,
yeah.
you have an extensive, incredible resume and an awesome career background. Um, if you don't mind me asking, how old are you? Because you look very young to be doing so much, and you're a part of so much things that are important, especially with a black man, especially the documentary that you were a part of. So, how old are you?
I turned 40 January 6th,
Oh, you
so
still young.
40 now.
You still young like me. So if you
Yeah,
don't mind, do you mind elaborating a little bit more on the documentary? Because that's been very interesting, especially in our black community with our men. You know, a lot of men were taught or told back in the day, you know, you keep your feelings to yourself. Nobody need to see you acting like this or you're doing too much. Be strong. You gotta always never cry. You don't never do none of this, even when they're raising their kids. So how was that experience being an actor in that movie, in that documentary? And how did that impact you or help you do so well in that documentary?
yeah. It was that was pretty much mostly the gist of it. Was just talking of how we're taught to never show your feelings, hold things in. I still semi have an issue with that now, even at 40 years old, where we were taught not to cry and suck it up, fight back. You can handle it. Stop being a punk. And a lot of things that we were told that were things that were legitimate issues that needed to be discussed on a broader span or a broader level, but were left to uh, because the older generations, the black man was always just working. If he wasn't in the field, he was at some shipyard or he was at the factory, and all he knew was work, 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 work. So there was no time for emotion. And a lot of us growing up without a father figure in the home, uh, it became more of a feminine. It was displayed as a feminine attribute to even show feelings. So that alone would change the dynamic where you wouldn't want to speak of it just because, you may be considered to be less than a, masculine male because you were quote unquote in your feelings. But as we got older, the guys in the documentary, which was a few other guys, poet laureate Roscoe Burnham's, a fellow comedian of mine, Remo Mills was a part of that. We had Vincent Ellis was a part of it as well. He's written books and things of that nature. So we all just we're telling our backstories and how it was for us growing up and things of that nature. Like I was raised by predominantly women, but I still had the male father figures through uncles, a stepfather before he passed, so forth and so on, to get those other attributes. But I'm more so not full on in touch with my feelings, but I am empathetic because I was raised by women. So I do have that side where I can take a second and say, okay, let me look at this from another angle than what I'm used to looking at it from.
Man, you said a mouthful, Benny. Most men don't do that, or they don't know how to do that, or they're afraid of doing that. Especially when if you got a woman that's really strong or strong, as you say, female upbringing, where
Yeah,
you know if those women are stronger than you, and you're like the kid at the time, and now you're an adult, you're a full grown man, and they're like, "Hey, boy, I still whip you." You're like, but I'm like a grown man.
yeah,
And like, I mean, I respect you, I still love you, but don't hit me. Like I had a family member said, she said, "Girl, you get 90, I can still whip you." I'm like, "Dang, not 90. I don't want to get
right.
90." So I can imagine, having that all female upbringing probably was a little challenge, but the blessing was for you was you did have other men that was able to take you to step in and provide you that male guidance as you went along through life. I cannot wait to watch that documentary. If you can
Yeah,
repeat it one more time, because now you got me interested. Because maybe I have a son, and maybe I could share it with him. He just turned 30, so I could probably share it with him because yeah, that's powerful for men, especially black men in our community. We have so many stigmas in our culture in general, but most of the stigmas are to the men. Women get their own stigmas, but when it comes to our men, A lot of us don't know or don't want to know or learn how to hold our men and keep our men strong and have their back. It's not that I'm thinking. It's not that you're being weak or you're being so submissive that you're just gonna let them run all over you. But men go through stuff too. Men deal with life. As soon as y'all step at the door, you don't even know if you're gonna make it back home. You don't have to be a part of law enforcement.
Yeah,
So
especially black men. Yes,
right, right. So especially in the community, the black community in general, you don't know what's going to happen to them, happen to you when you walk out the door. So if you can tell us the name of that documentary again, so we can look for it and look at it, and tune our eyes and our ears into what our men are saying.
I believe it's still on Amazon Prime. It's through Quelly Legacy, and it's man dot listen, and it's a documentary about black men's mental health. Your abstract art piece. Nikki Sherry was the author, because it's actually it's the second movie or documentary, because the first one was black women's mental health. So
Oh,
it was, I can't remember offhand. That one was either sis or something in that along that lines, but I believe they both come up, and they should still both be on Amazon.
wow, I am so proud of you, Benny. I'm proud of you for stepping in someone else's shoes and doing what maybe some people are fearful of doing. So maybe if somebody reads this documentary and watches this show, guys, y'all hearing this man? He's looking out for us other black men, for our other black men. You guys, y'all hold each other. Y'all try to lift each other up, but you need other people to do it for you. And by you being a part of that documentary and you sharing the mental health side of how men are with other strong men as yourself, that says a lot, guys. I promise you. Our men need to be uplifted. Our men need to be
Demographic,
upheld as well.
the demographic is definitely changing. It may not look like it from the outside, but there's a lot more brotherhood. There's a lot more love that's expressed, at least with the black men and men in general that I know, where, we are forthright now with our, hey man, love you, bro. See you next time. Even in passing by, it's just a little more care and respect that
Right.
starts, because we
Not
see,
always, giving a grizzly face.
yeah,
Well, thank you. They trying to take you trying to take their girl, or they trying to take your girl. You're like, no,
I done
we.
finally started off past that part. And like you said, we got a target on our back. As soon as we walk out the door, sometimes the target on the back inside the house, they'll come in your house. So
Talk
really,
about it, brother. Don't start preaching now. Don't start preaching.
you gotta not sleep in the ground. That's what it's
Yeah.
like. Now I can take a load off,
Right,
hopefully.
right, right. You want to be able to, as I always say, my home is my safe haven. And as a man, as a king of your castle, your home is supposed to be your safe haven. You fight the world every day you go out, whether it's at your job, whether it's at the store, whether it's just in the street. And when you come home as a man, you're supposed to say, okay, I can remove all that from the world and come home and be with my significant other, or be by myself if you choose to do that, and still have peace and have your safe haven and say, I don't even care what happened yesterday. I don't even care what happened 5 minutes ago. I have peace. And
Yeah,
for a black man, that's a lot that you
yeah,
guys don't have, and you have not gotten the appreciation. So from Morgan Rees to Benny, I appreciate you. I admire you. I respect you, and I don't even have to know you to say those words, because I feel that way for any male man that I see that's doing the right things. Even the men who don't, they fall by the wayside sometimes. I just
yeah,
continue to pray for them, and I pray that hopefully that day they'll get to that place where they want to be, not where I want them to be, where they want to be.
yeah,
Because at the end of the day, it's your choice and decision what you want to do with your life and where you want to go with your path. But as a man, we women need to uplift you and uphold you guys a lot more than we probably do. A lot of women, they focus on them, me, and I just need to pay the bills. I want to be bothered with you every now and then, and
I've been
I'm
I've
gonna.
been fortunate. I've been fortunate for the past year, some change, that I've met a woman that actually isn't all about just me. So that makes a
Big
world
difference.
world of a difference. And you do have your fellas that straddle the fence out there that, bounce from doing good and doing a little bad and doing it bad and doing a little bit good. So hopefully, we all one day get to that side of the fence we feel we're guided to be on. So
Hey. So you say you're a comedian. So I want to hear you say a little something, do a little ditty.
maybe,
We need to laugh. This is Wonderful Wednesday. I know my Eagles didn't win this weekend. That's okay. We dust our stuff off. We tried again. It was all about Jalen anyway. He took it to the Super Bowl. That's all that matters. But we need some fun. We need some laughter in our world and our life with so much going on. I want to hear you spit a little something. Give us something a little to laugh at. You probably got some amazing skills.
yeah. I'll to keep it clean, as you said. So I won't jokes, but I do impersonations. So, and I heard you say you're from Brooklyn. So, two of my favorite rappers, Jay-Z and Biggie Smalls, and I feel that I have the best Biggie Smalls impersonation in the world, and the second best Jay-Z impersonation in the world.
I'm touching my pearls. I'm ready. I don't got no popcorn or soda, but I'm ready, Benny.
And I see that you got. I believe it says Brooklyn across your shirt.
You see that? You see that?
That's bad style doing that. You know what I'm saying? Whether you ride through Brownsville, you know what I'm saying. I was just out here, I went to the bodega the other day. I was just going to get a cheesesteak, and I was, I got a little hungry. I was like, "Sees, we need to go get some steak and cheese." You know what I'm saying? And then, I saw my boy Jigga. He was around the corner, and I was like, "Yo, Jigga, you want a cheesesteak?" And he was like, "Hey, check it out. I don't know if cheesesteak's kind of greasy. Is there any way I could get, like, you got a salad or anything like that I could just, a salad is some, can I get a nice, pH balanced water to go with the salad? And saying some balsamic vinaigrette. I don't really need, I can't stomach a cheesesteak today, big. You sure you can't stomach a cheesesteak because you know what I'm saying? Come with the fries. You get the kale soda. Nah, I can't do sodas. They mess with my acne. So, if B doesn't really approve. So I have to, I'm a father now. So I have to make sure that, I eat the proper things, So a salad, a 97 pH balanced water, and, maybe a small pack of saltine crackers. That's all I need. All right, cool. Please go get his order. Give me 3 cheesesteaks, extra fries. Make sure they put the extra, mayonnaise, fried peppers, and everything on the sandwich, and handle it like that. So
I've been holding my leg for so long. I'm like, yo, rest in peace, Biggie. Rest in peace. He up there cracking up right now at you, like, yo, you really do sound like me.
yeah.
Dude, you are amazing. You have an amazing talent, Benny. You have an amazing gift. And you're a strong black man that's doing your thing. Dude, I need to come to see you stand up. I need to see when you stand up. So I need to make my way to Richmond.
Yeah,
right,
I do.
As a guest, who knows?
So, well, I mean, depending on where you're located, I set up shows somewhere everywhere.
You can come to Charlotte. We here.
Okay, I got a cousin that does stand up out, and he's in the Raleigh Durham area, but Charlotte is right around the corner. So yeah, I did something in Raleigh Durham probably about 6 or 7 years ago, but the year before last, what was that place in North Carolina?
Charlotte.
We was we was in the country. I mean, we was
down the woods.
Look, we were so far in the country, the deer was like, "Oh, look, y'all better slow down while y'all ride through here." Like,
because what Yankees, we know we drive pretty fast.
We was back then. Like, my phone service was like, "Look, ain't nothing I can do for you, player. I just," he's like, "You might well go just cut me off." My phone was like, "Just go hit the power, dog. That's it. Ain't no need in even thinking you gonna get it."
Well, guys, you on a roll now. You on a roll. Well, Benny, if anyone want to find out who you are, where you at, where they can catch you at on any show that you have on a daily basis or a weekly basis, can you shout out to where you at? So, guys, y'all need to check my man Benny out. Benny got mad skills. Can you
definitely.
tell us what shows that you be at performing? So they can be able to see you and hear and laugh, and enjoy the show.
Definitely. Um, every Monday I do my open mic here in Richmond. It's Mic Check Mondays. It's pretty much a workout room.
We lost you there for a minute. There we go.
Yeah, phone call came in. Not even, I just hung it up. Like talk to him.
It's all right.
But every Monday, Mic Check Mondays. That's a workout room. It's comedy based, but we also have music, poetry, spoken word, dance, a little bit of everything. That's at 6 North 19th Street, Richmond, Virginia. Uh, and then my girlfriend Brooklyn, who you'll be having on in about a week or so, her room is at the same place, 19th Street, Richmond, Virginia, and hers is Wild Wednesday. So I'm always every Monday and every other Wednesday at Mic Check Monday or Wild Wednesday. And then from there, depends on where I'm booked. I'm booking a show. I got a show coming up in May at Sandman Comedy Club. I'm setting that up now. I have a show in May in Portsmouth. I'll be opening up for Dave Attell, who's been on the comedy scene for years. Um, I have to look at the calendar for what else I have coming up. But if you follow me on social media,
That's what I was going to ask you next.
if you follow me on social media, Benny Blonkoe Perry, I always post the flyers that I have coming up, and I normally try to post them a few days out, if not a week or so out, so that people can get your tickets, things of that nature. Also, I'm a cast member of Lyric Ave, which we're celebrating our 20th season. So I think the next show is February 19th. We do one every third Sunday. Uh, so the next one is February 19th, and then the one after that, I have to check the calendar. But that's spoken word, live band, music, poetry, stand up, acting, skits, the whole night. Me and Brooklyn are both members of that. So every third Wednesday, you can catch me in Sandman with Lyric Ave. Every Monday, Mic Check Mondays, and every other Wednesday, Wild Wednesdays. So
Awesome, 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 awesome. Well, Benny, I always have this statement that's just starting off my new year. It says 2023 is all about me. 2023, Benny, is all about who?
you,
No,
me.
no, you got to do
Well,
you. Why you guys keep doing this to me?
you
Why y'all keep doing it to me?
you have to make a whole reel of just people saying you.
My producer, from your ears to my producer and God's ears.
Your blooper reel at the end of the year, you just got to do 2023 is all about me and who? You, right? You, not you, me, me, you, us, black
Okay, you got jokes. You got jokes. I hear you.
black people. It's us.
Yeah, there you go. There you go. That's even better. We
All
can
right,
add that in there too.
so try it again. We'll take it from the top. Hold on, let me give up.
Excuse me. Excuse me. 2023 is all about me. So in 2023 is all about who?
Me.
There you go.
Boom.
2023, you are doing your thing, Betty. I promise you. I am very proud of you. I'm so blessed and humbled that you took up the time off your busy schedule to join my show today. Guys, check my man Benny Blonkoe Perry out. Richmond, Virginia's own. I know he said he was part of Washington, but looked like he blowing up in Richmond, y'all. Y'all better check him out. He's spoken word. He's a comedian. He does improvs. He's an actor. And he's doing documentaries on men's mental health. He's standing up for the men. He's standing in the place for the men who can't, or men who are unable to, or are afraid to. Check out my man, Benny Blonkoe Perry, Richmond, Virginia's own. It's been a humbling moment for you to join my show. I got to ask this. I ask everyone else. You going to come back, right? You going to come
Oh,
back, Benny?
problem. Yeah.
Okay. I'm bringing you back. So when I hit you up on your information, I'm going to need you to respond back to me.
Yeah, that's not a problem at all.
I am so grateful for having you. Is there anything you want to share with the world that you want to, some trinkets, something positive, some inspirational to lead us off with?
pretty much like I tell everybody, follow your dreams. You know, if you're working a 9 to 5 or whatever, that's cool. But whatever you feel, whether you God fearing or whoever you believe in, whatever you believe in, ask yourself, is it something that your heart has always driven you to, or something that you feel you're being led to? And if only one time, give it a shot, give it a try. I always wanted to be in entertainment as a kid, never knew how to get into it. I became a correctional officer at one point, and my mom, she did the application for me. But becoming a correctional officer, I met the lady that told me about the Richmond Funny Bone, and that's how I started stand up back in 2005. And from the first time trying it, I'm almost 18 years later, because March will make 18 years. I've been doing it ever since. So I encourage people to try whatever it is, whether it's painting, whether it's architecture, or if you want to be a real estate agent, whatever, if you want to sell cars, like if you want to be a mechanic, whatever you want to do, at least try it once. Don't let anybody deter you from it. You know, muster up that gumption to just try it one time, no matter how nervous you may feel, because it may be therapeutic and it may be where God wants you to go. So I encourage everybody to, at least, if you can't do your dreams all the time, at least try them and try to pursue it. So,
man, look, guys, we ended it on that note because that was tea for all day. So wherever you guys are watching this at, whatever time of day you're watching at, my man Benny Blonkoe Perry said a mouthful. Follow your dreams. 2023, whatever you couldn't do the last year or years prior to that, this is your year. You can, if you don't do it, it's because you don't want to do it. If you don't try, it's because you don't want to try. And I promise you, God got you back the rest of the way. I always say to everybody, anybody, whether you believe in him or not, I know I believe in him, and I know who's my higher power. So, guys, we're going to leave it at that. I like, again, thank you and welcome my guest, Benny Blonkoe Perry, comedian, actor, man, I mean, just doing the dang on thing in Richmond, Virginia. Again, everyone, this is Morgan Rees, and welcome again to my show, wherever you are. Hope you have a good day, good afternoon, good morning. Good morning, Black people, with Morgan Rees. And I am your host, Morgan Rees, and I want everyone to have a most amazing, wonderful Wednesday, a great rest of your week, and awesome weekend, and keep rising to the top. Thank you again, Benny. Have a good rest of your day. Please be safe, and we'll talk soon.
all right. Thank you. Should be